Hello everyone, Hub here again, and today I'm going to be doing a commentary on a Friendship is Magic episode. The first of which is Hurricane Fluttershy, the 22nd episode of Season 2 and the 48th episode overall. This episode is one of Season 2's most popular episodes, and for good reason too. In my opinion, it is by far the best of the Season 2 episodes. Like, Sisterhood Social and this are my favorite Season 2 episodes. And the very first time I saw this episode, much like I was with Party with 1, this episode blew me away, to put it simply. I love this episode a lot. This is easily in my top 5 favorite episodes. Just a quick top 5. Number 5 is Party of 1. Number 4 is Sisterhood Social. 3 is this. 2 is Twilight's Kingdom, and number 1 is Painty Pride. Yeah, I mean, you might be wondering, where's Lesson 0? Number 6. Lesson 0 is a classic, but if I were to choose 2 episodes to watch for the rest of my life from Season 2, it'd be Sisterhood Social and this. Those episodes are masterpieces. But anyway, I do kind of like where this episode starts, with this little bit here. I do like a good throwback to the, early film stuff, like somewhere in the 1940s, probably even 50s, and I do actually kind of like this moment. NATO Power! Yes, I actually do kind of like that. I mean, at least the Pegasi have something useful to do instead of just have wings and live in a Greek-like city in the clouds, which is still pretty awesome. Okay, I will reach 800 wing power in that case. It goes in the atmosphere!
Intermission?
So,
they need for all of Equestria. And you know what that means? It means it's up to Ponyville's Pegasi to bring that water up to Cloudsdale.
Again, I do actually kind of like this concept of the Pegasi bringing up the water to Cloudsdale. And for the record, Rainbow, the Wonderbolts aren't as cracked up as they seem to be. I know that's one of the show's themes for Rainbow, is to show how the Wonderbolts are not as cracked up as they're supposed to be. And I wouldn't mind that so goddamn much if they didn't make the Wonderbolts as incompetent or malicious as possible. Seriously, after watching Rainbow Falls, and then watching Testing 1, 2, 3, I wonder how the hell Rainbow still wants to be a Wonderbolt. But we'll get to that episode another time. I actually recorded this episode off of iTunes with Fraps. And iTunes on Windows 8 is a piece of shit, mostly because if you try to play like a new song, like say you download a song, right, and then you try to you try to play the song on iTunes, it will more than likely crash about 90% of the time. It's Blossomforth. Oh my god, Derby! Feather ups. Or wing ups. The first time I saw that, I thought those were another set of arms for some reason. I don't know why I did. And then we get to one of the more hilarious bits of this episode. This episode doesn't have too much comedy, which is fine, because an episode doesn't need to be funny for me to like it.
Hi, Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy, what happened to you?
I don't think I've ever had chickenpox in my life.
I think
I haven't.
Pox. I'm sorry. I really wanted to come to training day today.
Wow, and I thought Applejack was a bad liar. I want to see a line contest between Fluttershy and Applejack.
There's only one cure for ponypox.
I'm betting my money on Fluttershy winning. Or maybe Applejack. At least Pinky kind of bought it. In Party of 1. Here, Rainbow just saw through Fluttershy bullshit.
Guess I can't fly after you.
Will Rainbow Dash fall? Nope.
Wing, huh? Stop
Wow.
messing around.
Maybe Fluttershy will lose.
We've got a lot of training to do. Come on now. What's going on? Well,
Wait, did I say I would bet on Fluttershy winning on being the best flyer?
I can't fly.
I meant worse.
What are you talking about? Just last week you went into that wicked nosedive to save that falling baby bird right before it hit the ground. But that was different. That was an emergency.
Kind of reminds me of a later episode.
It's more like
You know, the episode that
you know how I
caused so much controversy for no reason at all.
Remember flight camp? I couldn't gallop hard or fly fast. Not with every pony looking at me. It wasn't that bad. You're right, Rainbow Dash.
That's what I said about the Ain't It Easy Being Breeze's episode. It's not that bad, but apparently people said, oh, it's feministic and shit. Oh, and I do like this little animation area here. No cutie mark? There's the cutie mark.
Used to tease me a lot. Fluttershy, Fluttershy.
Now, this is a part here that I can relate to in spades. A long time ago, specifically 4th grade and most of middle school, I was very quiet, mostly because I moved, and whenever I move somewhere, I'm usually the quiet type, and in public, unless I'm with my friends, I'm usually very quiet, I don't talk that much. But back when I was in like 4th grade, I used to let people's words hurt me a lot. I mean, I keep in mind what people say, but back then, I did it so much that I would often have tantrums over it. Of course, in 4th grade I didn't have tantrums, but it did bother me a lot when people told me that I was too old to like something, or if what I liked was lame.
This is an anemometer. It measures your accelerative velocity and translates it into wing power.
At least Twilight has a reason to be here. Can you imagine if the rest of the main 3 were here with no reason at all? Rainbow Falls.
It tells you how fast you're flying and how strong your wings are.
Oh, okay, yes.
You know, Twilight could have just said that.
Is that you again, Thunderlane? Please.
Why is Bonbon here? I didn't know Bonbon could fly. Unless it's Bonbon's twin sister or clone.
Cooking up an excuse to spend tornado day in bed.
Has anyone written a
Why don't you get over here and be our
story about that?
flyer, Thunderlane?
No? Okay.
We have 9.3 wing power. Wow, that's fast.
Well, that was pretty decent.
Not
Yeah! That's gonna get really annoying in Rainbow Falls. I know I keep hitting on that episode, but it is by far the worst episode I've ever seen of the show. There were mean-spirited episodes like the Cider 6000 episode. You know, the episode I can't pronounce the full title or remember it. There are episodes that are just bad, good conceptualization, but not so much in how it was executed, like putting your hoof down or Dragon Quest.
you can get your numbers up to
But then we have Rainbow Falls, which insults my intelligence, insults characterization, and it really does continue to show why Rainbow is just my least favorite. I'm gonna have to talk about more with them Rainbow episodes. Right now, Rainbow is kind of the second main character, Fluttershy being the first. And that kind of brings up my opinion that Rainbow to me works better in supporting roles, not so much main roles, mostly because in a main role, Rainbow is very schizophrenic. There are episodes like Read It and Weep, Sonic Rainboom, and Wonderbolt's Academy, which characterized Rainbow really well. Then there are episodes like Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well, Rainbow Falls, and May the Best Pet Win that characterized her badly. Like, really badly. Keep in mind, I don't think Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well is as bad as everyone says it is, but it isn't that good either. It's not even a guilty pleasure, I just don't think it's nearly as bad as some say it is.
You. Great job, Fluttershy. You measured, 0.5.
0.5.
Wow, that is abysmal.
Like lesson 1?
You know, why didn't Twilight do that in Dragon Quest? Like when Rainbow was laughing at Spike for cooking. Why didn't Twilight just knock Rainbow in the head? Jesus Christ. I know how that feels, and it doesn't feel good at all.
You aren't gonna go quit just because of that, are you? Yes! But I need you. I'm sorry, Rainbow.
This is easily one of the more emotionally deserved parts of the show. I mean, then again, the show, at least not in terms of... I think Putting Your Hoof Down is the only episode that did this, but other than Putting Your Hoof Down, no other episode in the show kind of used emotional manipulation to actually make me feel for a character. Putting Your Hoof Down felt emotionally manipulative, which is another reason why I hate that episode so much. It's emotionally manipulative, but here, this is deserved.
Thank you, but I'm afraid a couple of little acorns won't solve my big flying problem. I tried, but you should have seen those ponies laughing at me.
I know how this feels too. I think in terms of Fluttershy, she reminds me of myself when I was much younger, like 10 in middle school. My middle school ages, 11 to 14.
Yes,
Because I used to take things so literally and personally. I still kind of do, but not to nearly the extent I did back then. I would say Fluttershy is my favorite if I was still like Fluttershy. Instead, I'm more of a cross between Pinkie, Fluttershy, and probably Twilight, but you know. Oh, and this montage. This is easily one of my favorite parts of this episode. If I were to make a top 5 Fluttershy moments, both this and the ending would be in my top 5. And it's kind of funny how this episode has some of my favorite Fluttershy moments. I think if I were to count other Fluttershy moments, I would probably put maybe part of Philly Vanillion in there. I know the controversy behind it, and I got over that. I mean, just look at Rainbow. I think Rainbow has more meh appearances than she does good ones, in my opinion. And, another moment from Fluttershy, I would put the singing from A Bird in the Hoof. I hate that episode, but, you know, I do love that singing. And before you ask, I do think A Bird in the Hoof is the worst Season 1 episode. I mean, it may not be as bad as storytelling as, say, Ghostbusters, and it may not exactly be mean-spirited in a bad way like Owl's Well That Ends Well, but I think the reason why I hate Bird in the Hoof the most is because it insults me.
Do I look like I speak squirrel?
I do like this little, touch there where the squirrel is trying to warn Twilight, yet Twilight doesn't know what the squirrel is saying, but in Powerpuff Girls, Bubbles can understand Squirrel. The reason why this is a funny in-joke is because Tara Strong voiced Bubbles and she voices Twilight now.
2.3.
And then we get my personal favorite aspect of this episode.
I worked so hard. Fluttershy, that's a huge improvement. You did awesome, Fluttershy.
This basically says, even if you try your hardest, according to Rainbow, this was a day after, so I assume Fluttershy trained both day and night. So, she still didn't do that well. I think that's a lesson that everyone needs to learn. No matter how well you study for something or how well you practice, you can, and probably will, still mess up, and I absolutely love that moral. I think that's not really the moral the episode is trying to tell, but it's probably on par with the Equestria Games moral, which is my favorite moral in the show.
You'll be able to lift tons of water up to Cloudsdale.
Maybe I should just comment on every Equestria Games episode, because I absolutely hated that arc. I don't understand how everyone was so excited for that episode, and yet everyone bitched that it was a Spike episode, but that's a can of worms for another time. Hi, Spitfire. I can't wait to hate you in Rainbow Falls.
Are we ready to do this?
Note the obvious unicorn in the background.
Lazy Thunderlane, where is he? He's been trying to get out of tornado duty the whole time with his fake coughing and all. Rumble, where's your lazy brother?
He's got the feather flu. He's down at Ponyville Hospital.
But he's not the
You're
only
in a
one.
hospital. Well, shit.
Let's see, with those 8 sick Pegasi out with the feather flu. Oh no, don't tell me we won't
I
be able
have
to
no
break the
idea how to
rescue
use those,
record.
what is it, an agabus?
Phew.
Or however it's pronounced? I don't know how to
You
use
might not have
those.
enough wing power to create a tornado powerful enough to lift the water to Cloudsdale.
Well, should we pack up?
I actually do really like this moment with Rainbow here. What she's about to say here.
Of course not. Forget the record. Cloudsdale still needs water. Okay, every pony, let's give it all.
Okay, I can understand why Rainbow Falls she wanted to
We take off.
go into the Equestria Games, but here I actually love this because it proves that Rainbow is willing to self-sacrifice, like her wishes and desires, just to get ahead in a good way, and I absolutely love that. I just wish Rainbow was characterized more this way.
I sure hope so. 150 wing power. 250 wing power.
This is easily one of the more intense
500 wing power.
scenes in the whole show, in my opinion.
750 wing power. Twilight. Fluttershy. What are you doing here? I figured if
Whoa!
I thought Rainbow died
Tree!
in a tornado, the least I could do was offer moral support. She could sure use it, considering 8 Pegasi are sick with the feather flu. Oh no, that's terrible news.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, if you got a flu, would you be happy about it? Unless I have to miss, like, an unimportant day of school. Then, well, actually, no, being sick is just terrible in general, never mind. Ow! That is physically painful.
Oh, you were so close to
I actually
800 wing
winced the
power
first
now.
time I saw that. Like, getting your
Sorry, Rainbow
face
Dash.
or your eyes stuck in the tree.
We've got to try again.
But you pushed your crew to their limit already. If you break apart again, some pony could get hurt. You should quit. It's not safe.
No, one more time. I gotta know we gave it our all.
Again, like,
I'm going down.
I wish Rainbow was more like this, instead of just being badly characterized. Then again, it's the same case you could make with characters like Sonic and Spider-Man. Like, different writers have different interpretations, and I wouldn't mind this so much if they were for different continuities. Instead, it just feels very inconsistent when we have an episode where Rainbow is just awesome. I mean, there are some actions where they are justifiable, like in Trade Day, she trades Fluttershy for a book, but then she realizes what she does, and she actually feels regretful for it. That is justifiable there. I can forgive Rainbow on that. If it sounds like I have bad arguments to explain why Rainbow needs to be a supporting character most of the time, this isn't really a Rainbow episode that much. So, like when I do a commentary on like a bad Rainbow episode, I will bring up that issue. I would probably comment that on the mysterious marriage duel of Rainbow Falls, or just make a separate video on that. And then we get this moment here, which is my favorite part of the episode. Again, I didn't know Bonbon had like a sister or a twin clone that had wings. That's really weird to me.
798. She surpassed her best wing power number.
Ugh, tired. Yay!
I think it was Fluttershy.
It was. And a crowning achieved moment of awesome. I do love this animation with the water. It actually looks really cool.
She did it! She did it! They all did it!
1
and Spike grabs into a tree at the end. And this part is actually really funny too.
Whoa, girl,
Don't.
take it easy.
What? Did we do it?
Yeah, we did it. You did it.
Again, this was an emotionally deserved moment.
Fluttershy, that was awesome. Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you.
Nice job, Rainbow Dash.
I do like those twins too.
New record, but
They're my favorite background character. Well, one of my favorite background characters anyway.
But if you want to talk guts, then you gotta give it to my #1 flyer, Fluttershy. Let's hear it for Fluttershy! 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 Fluttershy!
And yes, Fluttershy does deserve this.
Dear Princess Celestia, sometimes you can feel like what you have to offer is too little to make a difference. But today, I learned that
You know,
everybody's
that is
contribution
an excellent moral.
no matter how small. If you
I
just
think the
accept
Equestria
the
Games
help,
episode, for me
do your
personally,
best, and
beats
believe
this
in
moral.
yourself,
But this is still one of the best morals ever told in the show. Cindy Morrow, congratulations! I mean, you were on a roll with Season 2. You wrote Sister of Social Family Appreciation Day. Only in Season 3 to write One That Apple. Yeah. Anyway, that was the Hurricane Fluttershy commentary. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again in another commentary. Whichever episode that is, I will think about that. Thanks for watching. This has been Hapakari, signing off.